when you press that snooze button, you're killing your dreams. So don't touch the snooze button.
People might misunderstand you and say, are you obsessive? Why do the details matter? And all you have to do is smile and say, because the details matter.
I can't do it, right? I can't, I don't have time, or I can't afford it. You see, the minute you use the word can't, your brain stops working.
Want to be happy? Build a life, not just a business.
Living that believe in life. Out here living that believe in life. Every day we living that believe in life. Hustle like we're living that believe in life. Living life, yeah, so we grinding it out. Every single day we be grinding it out. Hustle like we living that believe in life, oh. That believe in life, oh.
Hey, it's Evan Carmichael, and this channel was created to help you overcome the #1 challenge that is holding you back, a lack of belief in yourself. You watch these videos because you know there's something greater inside you too. You've got Michael Jordan level talent at something. So today, let's live your best believe life and learn how to stop killing your dreams every day. Okay, let's kick it off with rule #1. Have a strict sleeping schedule with Jocko Willink.
From my perspective, when people ask me all the time, no, I lack discipline, how can I get discipline in my life? And no one wants to hear this answer. No one wants to hear it.
Just do it.
One of the first steps you can take to impose discipline in your life is to wake up early in the morning. Because let's face it, when the alarm goes off, you got your head on that soft pillow. It's all nice and cozy and warm in there. You do not feel like getting up. And so he
doesn't even have a snooze alarm. He doesn't ever hit the snooze alarm.
Yep. You too? And you should not. You should not. That snooze alarm is...
That's insane.
I call that snooze alarm the dream killer. Like when you press that snooze button, you're killing your dreams. So don't touch the snooze button. Now
some would say that might be a little extreme.
No, where people get worried and people freak out is sleep is healthy. Sleep is good for you. I know that. I get it. And people say, you're telling people not to sleep. No, I'm not telling people not to sleep.
You do 6 hours every night, 10 o'clock.
Yeah, I usually go to bed around 10:30, 11, and I wake up at 4:30. So I get 5.5 to 6 hours almost every night, you know? And sometimes I tell people, I think sleeping is good. I do it almost every single day. So, but people will freak out and say, you're telling people to be unhealthy. I'm not saying that at all. I'm not, if you need, different people have different genetic needs for sleep. I'm one of those people that doesn't need much. Of my 4 kids, my oldest daughter needs even less sleep than I do. My middle daughter sleeps more like my wife. My son's somewhere in the middle, which, by the way, that means my middle daughter, she gets out of bed when you get her out of bed in the morning. She likes to sleep. So I'm not telling people, hey, don't sleep. But I am saying put yourself on a schedule. And you ask why I don't sleep in. If I sleep in on a Saturday until 6 o'clock, that night, I'm going to have more energy. And instead of going to bed at 10:30 or 11, I'm going to stay up until midnight because I got a little bit of extra sleep. Well, now that next day, I'm going to sleep in a little bit more. Now, all of a sudden, Sunday, I'm sleeping in until 7 o'clock. Now, Sunday night, I can't go to bed until 1 o'clock in the morning, and you see where I'm going with this. I go into Monday with a lack of sleep because I couldn't fall asleep. So the most important thing is set a good wake-up time that works for you, where you get enough sleep, and then wake up that time every day if you can.
Rule #2, start setting appropriate goals with Jordan Peterson.
You don't tell your kid, here's an impossible thing, why don't you go out and fail? You say, here's something worth going after. Here's a step you could take that would push you beyond where you are, but that you also have a reasonably high probability of succeeding at, right? They call that...
Within a time frame.
Within some time frame. That's the other thing. You have to parameterize it with regards to time frame. That's right. And that puts you in the zone of proximal development. And that's a concept that was generated by a guy named Vygotsky. He was a Russian developmental psychologist and a smart one. It's where the idea of the zone comes from, to be in the zone. Yes. And when you're in the zone, you're expanding your skills in a manner that's intrinsically rewarding because you're succeeding. And so you want to set, if you're good to yourself, you think, okay, I need to set a goal, but I need to set a goal that someone as stupid and useless as me could probably attain if they put some effort into it. Right. And then you've got it perfectly, because it's not so high that it's grandiose or impossible that you fail necessarily and then justify your bitterness. It's like, well, I could do well, because that happens to people.
Happens all the time.
Yeah, it's like,
see this all the time.
It's like, yes, exactly. Well, I set a goal and I didn't attain it, so I'm not going to set any more goals.
Right.
It's like, no, you set a goal that was inappropriate.
For the time frame. Yeah.
That's right. You didn't calibrate it properly.
Yeah.
And you're playing a trick on yourself because you wanted to fail so that you could justify not having to try.
And being a victim. Yeah.
Which isn't helpful. You're still going to be a victim. It's like there's no way out of that, man. Yeah. So, because life is a challenge that in some sense can't be surmounted. So there's no way out of your problem. But there are certainly proper ways of dealing with it.
Yeah.
Rule number 3, stop saying I can't with Dan Lok.
I can't do it, right? I can't, I don't have time, or I can't afford it. You see, the minute you use the word can't, your brain stops working, stops looking for solutions. The minute you use I can't, well, that's it, I can't do it, right? It robs you of your potential. It robs you of the possibility. Instead, ask yourself, how can I? See, when people say to me, well, I can't start my business, or I can't develop that high income skill, or I can't do that side hustle, or I can't whatever, I always tell them, does that mean that you don't want to do it, or does that mean you don't know how to do it? Because we all have the ability, we can all do something if we want to. Could you do it if you really, really, really want to? Of course you could. So the question is not I can't, is either you don't want to and that's perfectly fine, then don't say I can't, just say I don't want to. When your friends ask you to go out, it's just, well, I can't tonight. Don't say I can't, just say, you know what, I've got other commitments. I don't want to go. Just tell them I don't want to go. This is not something I want to do. Or maybe next time, right? Decide, commit. When you say, well, I can't, does that mean you don't know how to do it? Because you could go get the how to. There's so much how to on the internet. You could go find a way. You can take a program, go to an event, learn from a mentor, do something. You have the ability. So replace that word can't with either how can I, or hey, you know what? I can do it. I can start that business. I can learn that skill. I can learn from a mentor, right? I can quit that job. I can go on that vacation. You've got so much more potential if you just believe in yourself. Hi, this is Dan Lok. I want to share with you a lesson from Evan Carmichael's new book, Built to Serve. This section is about making money from your purpose. You have to embrace that. If you never learn how to make money from your purpose, you'll always end up needing a day job, and your purpose will become a hobby. If that sounds like a great life to you, then I'm happy for you. If not, then you need to figure out a money-making model that makes sense, one that is consistent, one that is significant, one that can pay you so you can quit your job and succeed to the point where you are providing jobs for others and helping even more people. You see, money is nothing more than a byproduct of value creation. The more people that you serve, the more successful that you will be. So to have long-term success is not just built to last or built to sell or even built to scale. It is built to serve. And this book will teach you exactly how to do that.
Rule number 4, trade your life for worthy goals with Bob Proctor.
The law of success is a pretty interesting concept. There's been books written on it, stories told on it. Lives have been spent looking for it. Let's understand that everything operates by law. The whole universe operates by law. The best definition of success I have ever heard was one that Earl Nightingale originated way back in 1959. He said, success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. Well, let's break that down for a moment. Success is the progressive, continually moving, progressive realization, constant awareness of a worthy ideal. An ideal is an idea that you have fallen in love with. An ideal is an idea that you're intellectually, emotionally, and physically involved with. An ideal is an idea that you've fallen in love with. Success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. So you don't ask, are you worthy of the idea? Are you worthy of the good? Is it worthy of you? Now you're getting in to law of success. Is it worthy of you? You see, what you're going to do is trade your life. You're trading your life for whatever it is you're going after. So you want to make up your mind, whatever your goal happens to be, Whatever you are pursuing, make certain it's worthy of you because you're trading your life for it. The law of success calls for you to continually moving toward a predetermined objective in life and bringing your life in harmony with the laws that govern the entire universe.
Rule number 5, start paying attention to the details with Robin Sharma.
One of the things about the 95%, a lot of them are complaining, they're making excuses, they want epic lives, but they're stuck in the group of the cult of superficiality. The top 5%, the titans, the icons, the A players, the world builders are very different. They are not about superficiality, they are all about granularity. Literally, they have de-seeded the lemon wedges. This is a metaphor that I teach. Basically, I was at a hotel in Luzern, Switzerland, and I love fresh lemon tea. And when they brought the tray to me, I noticed that in the tray was 2 lemon halves, and someone in the kitchen had taken the time to de-seed the lemon wedges. They actually de-seeded them. And when I study F1 teams, and I actually had the privilege to be right with the team at a recent F1. And what I realized is F1, almost like no other sport, is really about de-seeding the lemon wedges. It was the smallest granular detail, the smallest calibration that could make the difference between a top 1 and a 10th place finish. I really want you to think about that. I really want you to think about F1. F1 is won or lost in milliseconds because each lap, if you get a little bit faster and you do it with consistency, because consistency is the mother of mastery, that is the difference between first place and not even placing. And so if you look at the top 5%, they are all about de-seeding the lemon wedges. If you look at the top 5%, they're all about calibration. And people might misunderstand you and say, are you obsessive? Why do the details matter? And all you have to do is smile and say, because the details matter. And if you study Beyonce, study the great athletes, you study the great F1 drivers and teams, they do de-seed the lemon wedges. They do calibrate the Pomodoro. They get OAD, that brain tattoo I've become really well known across the planet for, an obsessive attention to detail. OAD. That's what makes the best hotels, the best entrepreneurs, the best teams, the market leaders, the best restaurants, the best hotels, the best cars, the best products, the best user experiences online. They are sweating the tiniest, seemingly innocuous details to create over time a user experience that creates a global base of fanatical followers.
And rule number 6, the last one before a very special bonus clip, is stop fearing rejection with Marissa Peer.
So we have a great fear of rejection, which is not surprising because when we're born, we have 2 drivers: find connection, avoid rejection. After all, if a mother rejects a child, if a lion rejects the cub, it's not going to be adopted, it will die. Yeah, or it just starves to death. And so we know innately that our survival on the planet is linked to not being rejected. And not that long ago, you would have died from rejection. You know, in 1,000 years ago, when they banished you outside the walls of the city, or you marooned a difficult sailor, or you cast someone out of the community, you pretty much died. There was nothing out there but purgatory. So we have a wiring that says rejection will kill me. And that's why you had the fear. But when you can dialogue with the other, go, look, no, it feels like it will kill me. It can't kill me because no girl can reject me unless I give her my permission.
Right, give them my power.
You can't reject me unless I agree with everything. I don't like you because you got short hair. I don't like your shirt. I don't like you because you're white, not white, tall, short, glasses, not. But when you say you can't reject me, I can't be rejected because the only person you can reject me is me. You can talk to girls realizing even if they say, no, you're not my type, I'm with someone, no thanks, or even, ooh, not no, they can only reject you if you let that in. And we look at someone like James Corden, who's certainly not gorgeous, but women love him because he's funny.
So funny.
So funny.
Love
and
that guy.
you know, we like warm people. You know, the packaging is all very nice. But lots of people have a great packaging, a great wrapper, and but they're unhappy. And so our greatest fear is to be rejected. But the truth is, you could live in this apartment, have Amazon deliver your groceries, never see a soul, and you probably live until you're 106.
Yeah.
Wouldn't advise it, but we don't die of rejection anymore, but we still feel like we will. And all schools should be teaching kids you cannot be rejected. You can ask for a pay rise. You can ask for crowdfunding. You can go to someone and go, here's my idea. You can write a book, speak in public. Because I work with a lot of actors who say, I'm so scared of rejection. I'm like, well, how are you going to be an actor then?
Because you're supposed to be rejected
so
all the time.
You and I write books. For everyone who loves it, there's going to be the odd person who goes, I hate this book and I hate that writer too. But we don't let it in. We have to laugh about it. When you give a YouTube talk, I mean, I've got, one of my talks has got like 3 million views, and there's a few in there going, I hate her, stuck-up English snob. But they don't know me, because that's not me at all. But I don't go, oh my God, I can never write another book. I'm okay because I don't let it in, because the only opinion that matters is my opinion. I know I'm not a stuck-up English snob, so that can't hurt me.
Now I've got a special bonus clip on how to take more action that I think you're going to enjoy. But before that, it's time for the question of the day. I want to know, where do you need to stop fearing rejection? Let me know. Put it down in the comments below. And if you made it this far in the video, you're still here watching, and you promise, you commit to yourself that you're going to take action. We don't just watch videos here, Believe Nation. We do something about it. Give me a hashtag Believe down in the comments below if that's you, so I can celebrate with you too. Hope without action leads to pain and suffering. Watching videos like this is not enough. It might give you hope, but hope that is not tied to action and you doing something will mean you never accomplish your goals. The answer is always action. It's hope and then action. And when that doesn't work out, more action. And when that doesn't work out, more action. So a couple years ago, I was in New York and I was meeting with my agents, and one of them said, what am I trying to do? What's my vision? What's my mission? What am I trying to accomplish? And I said, I wanted to spread belief. I wanted to spread hope. And he jumped all over me about the hope. Like, you want to spread hope? Hope's not enough. You can't just do hope. And I remember walking away, he's like, what's he talking about? Hope is so important. If you don't have hope, how are you going to believe in yourself to go chase something down? Without hope, you got nothing, right? Without hope and belief, you got nothing. Where I realized the difference in the thinking is the usage of the word is people hope things will happen. It's not having hope in something. It's hoping that it's going to happen, and then they sit on their bed, sit on their couch, sit at home and do nothing. That kind of hope, that's not a strategy. Hope and belief is your first step. It's your first entry point in. You have hope that things will happen. But then you got to get up and do something, right? And so figuring out that message when I was talking to my agent didn't come to me right away in the moment, because at the same time, as much as I'm filled with hope and belief in humanity and what we can all do, I'm working, right? I'm taking action. I'm making 3 to 4 videos every day. We haven't had a day in the past 5 years where a video hasn't gone up. Every single day. I don't know what that consecutive streak is, but it's long. It's big. I'm working my face off every day in the achievement of my mission. But I also love hope and belief. It's why I have this channel. It's why I have my other channels. Is I want to be around people who've done a lot more. I want to learn from the greats. I want to learn from people who know more than me. And when I see that, it gives me hope that it's possible. It gives me belief that it's possible. That if they can do it, I can do it too. But you still have to do it. The ability to do it versus actually executing and doing it are two very different things, right? The difference gap is going to be the action. And so, yes, I want you to have hope. I think it's important, but it's not the only thing. You got to make sure you turn that hope and not just rely on the strategy, but you're doing the daily work to chase down your dreams. If you want to know how to live your best life, check out the video right there next to me. I think you'll enjoy it. Continue to believe, and I'll see you there.
Where I was operating my business, and I fell on some hard times. And I was sleeping in my office. It was hard coming